let you know before you try to go. Now this is my own show. Not a script or flip could make me stop.
So just behave. I mean, there's no escape.
Let's hope you make that drop, because you really don't want to tick me off.
And oh, what fun.
I will tell you what to do and you won't get it done. And go, don't run, you'll find your nightmare
Here is only
just begun. Welcome to my horror show. Now I'm sounding 3D. Oh, I bet you thought you see the last of me. Are you reading the walls? Did you get my clues?
there's a debt to repay, and for now,
You'll do.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the week where you get all your friends together, you huddle around the radio, and you listen to the very important show that is Horror for Dummies. Welcome to Horror for Dummies Radio. It is episode 205, and I'm your host, Tim. And this is usually around the time where I'd introduce the other co-host, Mushroom, but if you've been listening, you know that he is in Canada right now, celebrating, his life with not having kids and not having a wife and doing whatever he wants to do. Oh, what a life that would be. So that leaves me to this show, and I wasn't going to leave you high and dry. No. I always had a backup plan. I always had a focus and a vision going forward on what's going to happen when Luffy is away. And when your friends are away and you got no one else there, you look to other means. You look to your family. You look to your blood. You look to the clique. So with me is my wife, Jalisa.
Hi everyone. As you know me, I'm clearly Tim's ball and chain holding him down.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Do you want me to elaborate on that?
Yeah.
So I forgot to mention that you do have a nickname. People on Patreon know you well because you're on Patreon a lot, and people that have been listening for a while may remember your voice. But this has been like the first time in a long time where you've actually come on a episode. Mm-hmm. How you been?
I've been good, thank you.
What's your favourite horror movie?
Oh shit, you put me on the spot. I don't fucking know.
You should know this straight away. It's not a hard question.
It is very hard.
Like if someone came up to me and said, "What's your favourite horror movie?" I answer them before they even finished.
You sit down and study this shit. You put like a top 100 out.
Yeah, I do. I'm working on my top 100. But if someone came up to you and said, "What's your?" I'd be like, "Jaws." And they'd be like, "Well, I was going to ask you what's your favourite food?" Or something like that. But Jaws is my answer for everything.
But then you'd have a lot of people that go, "That's not a horror movie."
I will fight those people. And I have before, many times, across the internet, across this podcast. Anyway, this isn't the fucking Tim's Favourite Movie podcast. This is goddamn Horror for Dummies. So yes, we are here. And if you didn't realise by clicking on this episode, you didn't read the title, we are talking about dinosaurs on this episode. And the only other time that we've spoken about dinosaurs in Horror for Dummies is when we reviewed Tammy and the T-Rex and Velocipasta.
Oh my god.
So,
I think I was with you then.
Possibly. I can't remember. I can't remember the fucking past of this show. But yeah, we're going to be focusing on better looking dinosaurs.
Better movies overall compared to those two. Well, yeah.
The first three. We'll get to that. We'll get to that later. Yeah, we'll be doing Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. We're going to be discussing them all. And this is going to kind of be like a little bit of a raw show. And I'm not talking about like the raw segment that we've got. I'm talking like we haven't really gone in depth with like understanding how it was made. So this is just basically our opinions. And we didn't rewatch like 1, 2, or 3. That's it. We didn't rewatch the first 3, so we're just going off our memories of those films. We did rewatch all of the Jurassic World films, so we'll be giving you our opinions on those ones. And yeah, we're going to wrap up this show with our review on the newest Jurassic World movie, Jurassic World Dominion. It's not getting good reviews. And we're gonna tell you what we think later on in this show. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good times. We've got a lot of things planned. Hey, Jaleesa,
Yes.
what do you do when your dishwasher stops working?
I get you to wash the dishes.
You slap her on the ass and tell her to get back to work.
Oh, funny. I like how we both went there.
You did, you bitch. You've been around me too much. I noticed that you've never worn a watch. Is that because there is no clock on the stove? There is a clock on the stove, sorry.
You're so funny, aren't you?
It is
Don't
funny.
quit your day job.
I hate it. I honestly hate it when guys say that women belong in the kitchen. Like, how on earth are they going to clean the rest of the house from there?
Oh my god. Wow. Is this just a show for me to come on and you just rip on women and me?
Yeah.
Fuck you, man. Fuck
It's
you.
funny. All right, fine. Do you want a real joke? This is how... You haven't been on this show for a while. This is how we now start the show, with a joke.
Okay.
To get people, like, in the mood and enlightened and having fun. Mm-hmm. So do you want a real joke?
Give it to me.
Okay.
What?
It's a shit joke, but it made me laugh. So,
Coming from you, of course it would be.
what do you call a dinosaur wearing a cowboy hat and boots?
A dino boy?
No.
What?
What do you call a dinosaur wearing a cowboy hat and boots? Tyrannosaurus Tex.
You and your bloody dad jokes.
It's funny. Go on, you can't deny that was funny. You giggled.
Because how lame it was.
It wasn't lame.
It's very lame.
Get it? Because like cowboys are named Tex.
I get it.
Yeah.
And why? Because they're from Texas?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. And Rex rhymes with Tex. It works. It's a good joke. Fuck you. Anyway, let's get on with the show. How we always get on with this show. After we do the jokes, we usually do something fun. And that fun thing we're going to do right now is question of the week.
Question of the week.
Question of the week. And the question from last week was, what is your favourite dinosaur? Jill, what's your favourite dinosaur? I think I asked you this on our first date. Is that right?
Oh, I can't remember. That was how many years ago?
It's usually the question I ask people the most.
And what if they say a shitty dinosaur? You're like, nope.
No, like, people have their opinions. I don't care. Like, Luffy last week said his favourite dinosaur is a Stegosaurus.
That's
Which
the one
I-
with the spikes on the back, right?
Yeah, and the plates. Yeah, which that's fine and everything, but I just didn't expect it. Like I expect people to usually say, "Oh, T-Rex," which I know is a cliched answer, and that's my favorite, but because reasons. T-Rex is fucking badass. What's yours?
I think I quite like the Velociraptor.
Now, are you going from the movies or the real Velociraptor? Because they're very different.
Yeah, I know they look like a giant bird.
Yeah.
I'm going from movies.
Okay. So going from real, and I know I'm getting fucking nerdy here, but going from real life, and I mean, like, there's some reports saying that the T-Rex also had feathers. So who knows what the real thing is.
Going off real life, I'd probably go the look of the T-Rex.
Because you like them big and ferocious?
Yeah.
That's why you married me.
And they look sick.
Yeah.
Except the little arms, I feel sorry for them.
I know. How are they going to text their friends?
Oh my god, another
What?
gay joke.
It's not gay. How dare you? You can't use the word gay to insult people anymore. That's not cool.
I'm trying to insult
You have to say other things like, that's fucking retarded.
You can't even say that. Stop it.
Alright, so what's your favourite dinosaur? We come in first with Zim Vader, Mr. Vader himself. Jaleesa, do you know his actual name is not Zim Vader?
Yes.
Remember when you asked me that?
Yes.
Were you like, is that his actual name? So he said Grimlock. Do you know what Grimlock is?
It sounds like some sort of warlock.
It's not at all. Grimlock is the dinosaur transformer.
What?
They had in Transformers they had dinosaurs that transformed.
Okay. Does that really count though?
It's a dinosaur, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Righto.
once you realise most answers on this, and I've gone through them all, you realise that no one really took this question seriously.
Okay.
I was expecting, like, actual dinosaurs, but no. Like Alison May Ferguson. She said Rex from Toy Story.
Well, he is a T-Rex.
Yeah. Mitchell McDonald said Queen Elizabeth. Get it? Because she's old. Do you get it?
Old as a dinosaur,
She's. I wonder when she's going to die.
I don't know. Jeez.
It's like I'm waiting for her and Vince McMahon to die.
Why are you waiting for the Queen to
I don't
die?
really care if the Queen dies. Like, nothing's going to happen. I can't wait for Vince to die.
Why?
Because then at least WWE will change. Wrestling Talk, wrong show.
Okay.
Brian Stitcher comes in and says, Denver, the last dinosaur, because he had a catchy theme song.
I don't know that one.
The Last Dinosaur.
Nope.
Zach Davis just posted a gif of the Step Brothers from the movie Step Brothers talking about their favorite dinosaurs. Mm-hmm. So I guess he doesn't have an opinion. He just takes opinions of other movies.
Well, I'm guessing he's choosing Velociraptor like they do.
Maybe. I don't know. Adam Bunch actually came in with a real answer.
Good.
And he's named 3. And let's see me butcher these names. Stegosaurus is his top. Then Triceratops is his second. And then Ankylosaurus. I'm guessing that's how... I'm not too sure how you pronounce it. That's the one with the big boulder on its tail.
Ah, that thing, yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, Adam, for actually giving us a real answer here. Zach Van Vukkel said Fred Flintstone's pet dino. Rob Hungy said Barney.
Okay.
Like Barney the dinosaur.
I get it.
I love you. That guy?
Yeah.
The purple one.
Wasn't he a creep?
No.
Oh, I thought something happened with Barney back in the day.
No, you're thinking of Humphrey B. Bear.
Oh, okay.
He got taken off because he didn't wear pants. But he's a fucking bear.
The dinosaur's not wearing pants.
Yeah, true. Thunder Twonk says, oh, another one, Ankylosaurus. Spiky armor for defense and offense. Very nice. Alan, remember this guy?
Alan Cha-Cha.
Come on, what was that? Alan Cha-Cha. Do it better.
Alan Cha-Cha.
Okay, that's fine. He said T-Rex in capitals, which is
Yep.
very nice.
So he's very serious.
Yep. Lance Langford says William Shatner.
Okay.
Because he's old too. Wait, how old is William Shatner? He's like ancient now. I just got to search this up. I want to know how old Shatner is.
Not as old as the Queen.
He's 91 years old. He was born in 1931.
Holy shit. I didn't think he was that old.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's still pretty spry. Like, he's still with it.
Yeah, good.
B. Dramine says the T-Rex from Tammy and the T-Rex.
Oh, God.
That movie's fucking phenomenal. It's so much
so
fun.
weird.
You have to watch the rated R version where they include all the gore.
I did watch that with you.
And it's funny.
It's weird as fuck.
The
how she's dancing for a brain at the end.
If you are listening right now and you have no idea what Tammy and the T-Rex is, let me just explain to you just briefly what it's about. It's a movie from like the early 90s with Denise Richards and Paul Walker. And Paul Walker has an accident and his brain gets implanted into like a mechanical T-Rex suit. And then becomes the T-Rex. And there's like a scene... It's a scene of Paul Walker as a T-Rex trying to call his girlfriend, aka Denise Richards, and he uses the payphone, and he uses his little arms to dial, and Denise Richards picks it up, and Paul Walker as the T-Rex is trying to talk to Denise Richards, but can't because all that comes out of his mouth are like T-Rex roars, and then he gets frustrated. This is the movie that you need to go and see. Don't worry about the new Halloween movie coming out this year. You need to watch Tammy and the T-Rex. It's fucking awesome. All right, and last answer, we had Donanelli, and he said actual being... Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that. Pronounced... Thank you, Don, for actually giving me a pronunciation. Parasaurolophus.
Parasaurolophus.
Yeah.
It's a platypus dinosaur.
Okay, so he's given us 3 actual. Oh, this is sick. He's given us 2 options, like real life and then movie. So actual one was Parasaurolophus. I gotta check out what this thing is.
Parasaurolophus?
Oh fuck! I don't know how to spell it. Parasaurolophus. Oh, it's that one. That's in the new movie. The one with the big dick on the back of its head. Well, how do you explain what that looks like? If you have seen the new Jurassic World movie or seen the trailer, it's the one where Chris Pratt, is that his name? Mm-hmm. There's too many Chris's in Hollywood. It's the one where Chris Pratt is riding the horse and chasing like a herd of them.
Yeah.
It's the one with like the big thing on the back of its head. Looks weird. Anyway, that's it for Don. And he also says Dino from the movie. The 2 T-Rexes from the post-world Jurassic Park. Though I think he meant Lost World. There's 2 T-Rexes in Lost World. And they have a baby. We'll get to it. Okay. All right. So that is it for question of the week. Now on to next week's question. And do I have a doozy for you? Joe, what is the best horror movie franchise? So basically what I'm asking is collection of movies, like say the Scream franchise, Scream 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
So what's the best horror movie franchise? This is a hard question because, like, I don't think there's a perfect horror franchise.
No, because they all fuck up somehow.
Yeah. Like, I have my personal favourite, which is Jaws. Mm-hmm. Because Jaws 1 and 2 are great, 3 sucks dick, and 4 is phenomenal. And I'll have no one speak ill of number 4. But I know, like, number 4 is, like, dog shit, so you can't really say it's the best. But what do you think is?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
It is.
I'm going to say probably... I enjoy A Nightmare on Elm Street, even though that goes a bit weird towards the end.
That goes really weird.
Yeah.
Like, there's
I
that...
still really enjoy it, though. Fuck the remake, though.
The remake's great.
No.
Yes, it is. You just don't like it because... Whatever. We had that discussion. Like, the Friday the 13th franchise is good. Evil Dead, actually.
That one goes really weird, too.
Not really.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it goes weird, but they're still good films. Like, Evil Dead's not my favourite franchise at all. Like, it's probably not even my top 10 favourite franchises. But, like, Evil Dead 1, 2, and Army of Darkness. Yeah. And then you've got the remake. Like, they're all decent films.
Mm-hmm. So I actually don't mind Halloween, how they've kind of tried to fix it, how the storyline it's going now.
Yeah, but if you're talking about Halloween, you've got to include all the Halloweens, which include number 6 and Resurrection.
Busta Rhymes.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you want to go Halloween, by all means go for it, but you have to include Resurrection.
No, I think I'll go Nightmare on Elm Street.
Let's Okay. That's fair. Mm-hmm. I mean, even like the Romero Dead franchise, like the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Like the first 3 are phenomenal, but then you've got Land of the Dead, Diary of the Dead, Survival. Like, they're fucking horrible films. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. It's gonna... I'm interested to see where people go with this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. Cool. Well, that wraps up question of the week. Jel, do you have anything more to say before we bust a move and do the dinosaur walk?
No, I'm keen on getting our dinosaur walk on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Everybody do the dinosaur?
Yeah, let's bust a move.
No. Okay. Feature presentation.
And now for our feature presentation.
There it is. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
We've made living biological attractions so astounding that they'll capture the imagination
of the entire planet.
The most phenomenal discovery of our time
How'd you do this?
becomes the greatest adventure of all time.
Can I touch it?
Sure.
Universal Pictures presents
You feel that?
Hold on to your butts.
a Steven Spielberg film.
Fences are failing all over the park.
Yeah, that's nice. Gotta go.
An adventure
I can't get Jurassic Park back online.
65 million years in the making. Jurassic Park.
Here we are talking about Jurassic Park World, the whole fucking thing. So this segment here, we're going to be talking about Jurassic Park, the original, Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, which doesn't get a cool title, it's just Jurassic Park 3. And then we'll talk about Jurassic World, and then Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom as well. And then we'll go into our Raw review where we speak about the newest one. So, we're going to open up this show, or this part, with the original Jurassic Park. And we're basically just going to cover what we think about the movie, maybe a fact or two about the film, and just go from there. So, before we start, Jel, how into dinosaurs are you? Like, let me give you an example. For me, like, dinosaurs for me, like, as a kid, I was fascinated with them. Like, going to school and going to the library, it'd either be books about sharks or dinosaurs that I'd pick up. Just because of the pictures, because I thought they looked cool, and yes, because of Jurassic Park. So as a kid, like, I was really into dinosaurs. Not to the point that I ever wanted to become a scientist or a paleontologist or anything like that, but I was just more fascinated with the fact that they lived in this world and everything like that. So how are you?
Yeah. I'm pretty much the same, being fascinated that they used to live in the world and find it hard to believe at the same time. But I didn't go to that extent of going to get books and looking at books. I enjoyed watching all movies about them because I thought that they looked sick. Yeah, I quite enjoy them.
When you say sick, as in like with the flu,
No,
COVID?
they look cool, bro.
Oh, okay. Cool, bro. So you never got to the point where you went home and drew pictures of T-Rexes eating people?
No,
Okay.
I was too cool for that.
So fuck off. That is cool. You were there too busy singing with your hairbrush in front of the mirror.
I was. What of it?
Pretending to be Britney Spears.
No, I was pretending to be Amy Lee, lead singer of Evanescence.
Fuck off.
Thank you. Over Britney Spears. Come on.
So, what was the first Jurassic Park film you saw? Was it the first, the second?
First one.
That was the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember if mine was the first or The Lost World, the second one. I think I did see the first one first, but I remember seeing the second one because that was the first one I saw in the cinemas.
Yeah.
So the original came out in '93, and then I was like 5 years old, so too young for me. But the second one came out in '97. I would have been like 10 at the time.
Yeah.
So I remember going to see it at the cinemas, and they had like, if you bought like a popcorn and a drink, they gave you like a toy with it. Not now where they give you a little fucking plush toy. No, back then it was a full-on action figure.
Now you have to pay $17 for the tiny
Yeah, that's
plush
true.
toy.
No, back then they used to give it to you, and like there was a whole different range of it. They had like Triceratops, Stegosaurus, Raptor, and T-Rex, and I think maybe a Brontosaurus or something like that. And you didn't get a choice; they just gave you what they had. And I all I wanted was a T-Rex. That's all I wanted, and luckily I got the T-Rex. I was so
You're a
fucking
happy
happy.
little boy.
I was. So that's really the first movie I remember seeing. But going now, like, we didn't have to for me anyway, I didn't have to rewatch the first two movies because I've seen them that many times. I can remember them like off by heart, like what happens, where. It's one of those movies that you've just seen that many times that you can remember dialogue and lines and everything like that.
Yeah.
Are you the same, or?
I I'm not sure if I can remember word for word like you. I've seen the first one and the third one more than the second. I can't overly remember the Lost World. Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about the Lost World. So let's discuss the first one. And, of course, this one, as I said, came out in 1993. And we're not really going to go through the cast and the story because, like, if you don't know what Jurassic Park's about or you don't know who's in it, you are living under a rock because it's, like, one of the most known films of all time.
Yeah, everyone knows.
Basically. I will say this. On IMDb, the score is 8.2 out of 10.
Wow.
Which is...
That's really good.
Pretty decent considering Jaws is an 8.1. So it beats it by a 0.1 of a point.
God, go an episode without saying Jaws.
No. I think Jaws is a much better film, but that's just me. Anyway, so this is directed by Steven Spielberg, and I had to say that because you know what? He also directed Jaws.
Oh my God. Seriously. Yawn.
Shut the fuck up, yawn. So, okay, just opinions on the first Jurassic Park film.
Awesome. I had good fun with it. I will say the young, was it niece or whoever she was in the film?
The grandchildren.
That's right.
Of Dr. Hammond.
That's right. She annoyed me a little bit with her facial expressions and her screaming and her breathing. But I understand she's scared, but it was just, I don't know, irritating.
But her reactions are very real. She's a teenage girl. She's seeing dinosaurs for the first time in realistically anyone's life. All of her reactions are very real.
I get it. It's just annoying though.
That's fair.
I don't know. There's just something about it.
I mean, for me, the original Jurassic Park is like perfect. It's like a 10 out of 10 film. How can you deny it? And like watching it now, like I think I watched it last year, and I was still blown away by the effects. Like, they still hold up. And this movie's coming up to, like, a 30-year anniversary.
Oh, yeah. It
Next
came out
year.
a year after I was born.
Yeah. So, they're... Like, just the effects. Like, the T-Rex alone. And we all know it's practical. Well, if you didn't know that, now you do. But how they did it just looks phenomenal. But it's not just that. Like, it's everything. Everything comes together to make this, like, a perfect movie. You've got John Williams doing the score. Do you know John Williams also did the score for Jaws?
Oh my God. Stop it.
Yeah, so he's like... I was listening to the soundtrack the other night when I was writing notes for the show. And it's just... It's actually a score, like a theme. The Jurassic Park theme is a theme that's really, really good, but I think it's overlooked a bit because it takes a while to get there.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like up there with, like, Star Wars or Indiana Jones or... that other great movie called Jaws. But it's honestly one of the best pieces of music, and it fits the movie so well. It's got like that adventurous theme, but then there's other parts of the score that have that really dark tone to it. So the score alone is like fucking awesome. And then you got the acting, like Sam Neill as Dr. Alan Grant.
Yep.
Like everyone does their part to perfection. Everyone knows their characters in and out.
Yeah.
It's like they're not acting. It's like they're really these people living on this island. Well, not living, but being on this island.
Yeah.
So the acting is like phenomenal. And then you get the story. And yes, this movie is adapted from a book. That's how this whole thing started. It was actually a book. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. But yes, this started off as a book first.
Okay.
The book came out in 1990, and then the movie came out 3 years later, which is pretty
quick.
Yeah. I'll discuss the book in a second, but the story in this movie is just so well written, and there is differences from the movie, from the book to the movie, much like pretty much every book movie. But the way that Steven Spielberg and others made it, I think works so much better on screen. Why don't we just catch it now, right now?
Yeah.
What's the difference between the book and the film?
Okay.
Do you want to know? Because there's all, like, you take Stephen King's Misery. the Misery book is so much more brutal than the actual movie. So let's discuss what's different from the book to the movie. Much like Misery, the book of Jurassic Park is more brutal.
Okay.
So, you know that scene in Jurassic Park where you got the hunter guy and he's hunting the velociraptors, and that line there where he's like, "Clever girl."
Yeah.
So in that, he fires a rocket launcher at a raptor, cutting it in half in great gory detail.
Oh, wow.
There's also a scene in the book where Henry Wu, that's the
scientist dude.
scientist guy, where he is eaten alive by a pack of raptors.
He dies in the first one in the book.
Yep. There are also scenes in the book where Dennis Nedry, he's the big guy that gets...
Yeah.
It starts to steal. There's a scene where in the book where he is carrying his intestines.
Oh.
There are scenes of baby raptors being torn apart by adult raptors.
That would have been sick adding all this, like, more gory stuff.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have... I don't think it was done as well.
No. But they can bring out a new one now. Bring it out, like, spitting image of the book.
No.
Why?
I mean, they could. They could.
I'm curious.
But
I
they
want to
won't.
see.
They won't. And the big finale where John Hammond, remember him in the movie? He's the old guy who runs the park.
Yes.
Yeah. He falls down a hill, breaks his leg, and is eaten alive by a group of compies. They're the little tiny dinosaurs that we see in part 2.
The tiny ones.
Yep. So, speaking about John Hammond, in the book, he is a psychopath. He's much more greedy and willing to do things just to get money.
Okay.
So there's that. In the book, Dr. Ian Malcolm dies.
Really?
Played by, what's his fucking name?
Goldburn?
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Yeah. So remember in the movie, he gets attacked by the T-Rex, kind of. Well, the T-Rex just kind of nudges him with his nose, and he gets thrown like 2,000 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that happens in the movie. In the book, that happens in the book, but he actually dies from his injuries.
From landing.
Yeah. I mean, just being pushed by a T-Rex. It's going to fuck you up.
Yeah.
And then the last part that is different from the book to the movie is the ending of the book. How the ending... So do you remember how the movie ends? It's that whole scene where they're being chased by a pack of raptors, and then as the raptors are about to attack them, the T-Rex comes out and saves the day. And they make it home safe.
I really can't remember that, no.
Really? It's the most, greatest shot where the T-Rex is there roaring, and it's got that big flags coming down across the T-Rex where it says, "When dinosaurs ruled the world." You don't remember that scene?
No, I don't.
Oh my god, you do need to go back and revisit this movie.
I think I do, yes.
So in the book, the handful of survivors are rescued. The Costa Rican Air Force completely levels the island and everything by napalming it to ash. If that's not bad enough, the survivors are detained at a hotel while the Costa Rican and American governments attempt to make sense of what happened on Isla Nublar. The novel ends with Dr. Grant being told that he and the other survivors won't be going home anytime soon.
So the book clearly didn't think to have a sequel anything.
No, most books don't. Unless...
Oh, a series?
Type
thing.
Well, no, because they did make a second part where Ian Malcolm comes back.
What? In the book form?
Yeah.
If he died, how'd he come back?
Apparently, according to the books, and this is just what I've read, so don't quote me, I didn't read the books, but according to the books, they had really good doctors who brought him back.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm guessing the doctors on the island were shit.
Or I'm guessing they kind of did what they did with the dinosaurs, you know?
No, don't...
Brought him back to life?
Don't Fallen Kingdom me. Not yet. So, yeah, I mean, this movie here, it's just got... scene after scene after scene is just phenomenal. There's the whole T-Rex scene where they're... I mean, that one scene where she's holding the cup of water and she sees it vibrate. That scene alone is so well made, so well planned, so well thought out, so well written. That scene alone there just brings out, so much tension. But at the same time, you're like, holy shit, what's going to happen?
Yeah, especially when everything shuts down and you can hear the walking,
Yeah.
and they're right next to that fence.
Imagine, like, you know, one of the questions that, like, come around so much on Facebook is, like, if you could go back to seeing a movie for the first time, Jurassic Park would be one of those movies where you'd kind of want to see it.
Oh, yeah. If it
Like,
was
just
in
to
real
see, like,
times,
those
yeah.
scenes. Like, how good would it be?
Yeah.
Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe it wouldn't hold up as much as, like, if you saw it for the first time. I don't think so. That's bullshit.
Yeah. I think they did pretty well.
Yeah. But yeah, like, the first Jurassic Park, we don't really need to go much more into it because it's phenomenal. And most people will agree with us.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if there's anyone that says it's a bad movie. And I'm sure there people are who have some form of problem with it. But it's not a bad movie.
Yeah.
Like it or not, it's phenomenal.
I love that whole scene where the T-Rex flips the car at that point and gets squashed, and then they have to climb down the tree with
Yep.
the car coming down behind them. That was really good. Really well done.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, if you could give the movie out of 10, what did you give it?
I'd give it a 9.5.
What?
I don't know. Go 10.
What movie, like, think of a movie right now that you would give a perfect score to. I'm just curious.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay. What would you give Jaws?
Jaws. What, the first one?
Yes.
Go 8.
Fuck off. Are you absolutely serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
So you give this movie a higher rating than Jaws?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I think it is slightly better in my opinion.
No, okay, why would you give Jaws an 8?
8. I find the acting better in Jurassic Park.
All right. End of conversation. All right, let's talk about trivia.
It's more the mum in Jaws.
All right.
Sorry.
Let's talk about some trivia with this movie because some of this shit is interesting. So, as we said before, the T-Rex is a full-fledged robot. And the T-Rex occasionally malfunctioned due to the rain. Producer Kathleen Kennedy recalls the T-Rex went into heebie-jeebies sometimes, scared the crap out of us. We'd be like eating lunch and all of a sudden a T-Rex would come alive. At first we didn't know what was happening and then we realised it was the rain. You'd hear people start screaming.
So the robot malfunctioned sometimes.
Yeah, so it'd be there just doing it like just alone, sitting there being a robot, and then all of a sudden it would come to life.
Oh, that's freaky ass.
That'd be amazing. Here's something that you'd like. Remember when we were talking about the T-Rex's roar?
Yeah.
And I said it was a mix of all different things?
Yeah.
So the infamous roar of the Tyrannosaurus was a compositive... it was a mix.
Composition?
No. Composite.
Okay.
I don't know. Mix of a dog, a penguin, a tiger's snarl, an alligator's gurgle, and a baby elephant's squeal.
How do they get all of those to make that roar?
I don't know.
A penguin? What is a penguin?
I don't know what a penguin sounds like.
Oh, I guess when they scream, they do sound pretty creepy.
I'm going to now search what a penguin...
Scream sounds like.
Yeah.
It's... Well, if it's anything from, like, little movies I've seen, it's pretty full on.
Probably going to give me ads.
It's like a horn.
Yeah. It sounds like a clown horn.
But then a dog. Would it be like a howl?
No.
Or is,
Oh, yeah,
wouldn't be a
dog.
bark, right? That would
I don't
kinda
know.
ruin it.
I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know. Last bit of trivia for this movie. All the cast were given a raptor model signed by director Steven Spielberg as a gift. It looked very frightening, and Ariana Richards has hers in her house to shock anyone coming in, like a guard at the gate. Jeff Goldblum's model has a prime spot in his house and is a cherished object. Laura Dern put her raptor model in her son's room near his crib. When he was older and saw it, he screamed like never before.
So these are like big...
Yeah.
proper models.
I'm guessing so, yeah. She had 2 put in storage, but hopes one day the 2 will be friends.
Aw. That would be cool to have in your house, though.
Fuck yeah. We did see one, remember?
We did.
It was like $2,000 and I really wanted to buy it and you said no. But this thing was like huge, like full length.
We had nowhere to fit it.
Yeah, and it's like tail was out. Like it was long too. Well, literally we could not fit it in our house.
If we could, we would have.
You would have let me spend $2,000 on a full-size Velociraptor model?
Yes, I would.
Fuck yeah.
Because I'd bring people in and be like, you want to see my Velociraptor?
That's a weird pickup line. All right, let's
His
talk.
name's Jorge.
That's a shit name. I mean, it's better than Blue. Let's talk about The Lost World, Jurassic Park 2.
I like the name Blue. It's cute.
It's so creative.
It's because she had blue in her.
No, I get it. Anyway, don't worry. Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World. That's what it's called, Chelsea. So this one isn't very liked by people. Mm-hmm. And I don't really understand why. And I'm trying to get it up on IMDb here. And it's not fucking coming up. There we go. Alright, so The Lost World, Jurassic Park. There we go, Jesus Christ. A research team is sent to the Jurassic Park Site B island to study the dinosaurs there, while an InGen team approaches with another agenda. Dun dun. This one comes at a 6.5 out of 10, which is a bit of a jump from the first one.
Yeah.
Directed by Steven Spielberg, who also did such things as Jaws. So, now I'm just doing it to piss you off. So, as I said before, this was like my real introduction to the series. This is like the one I saw at the cinemas and I fell in love with it. Mm-hmm. And look, I'll admit that it's not as great as the original, but it holds a big place in my heart.
Yeah.
For it. One of the reasons why I love this movie is not just because I saw it at the cinemas, but I had this game on PlayStation, the Lost World game, and oh my god, that shit was my fucking jam. I even, this is going to sound so nerdy, but I had a card that I put all my cheats on, and I made this card, like with paper mache,
Yeah.
and I was really proud of it. What?
Paper mache.
Shut up, it was really cool. It was really cool. So yeah, what did you think about this movie, if you can remember? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen this movie, I can't overly remember what happens in it. But when you were trying to watch it the other night, it did ring some bells while I was watching it. I remember the people and that part that we seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rest of the movie, I can't tell you what happens.
So basically, the only returning member is Jeff Goldblum,
Yeah.
as Dr. Ian Malcolm, and he is sent to the island again because that's what you want to do when you get attacked by a T-Rex. You want to go back there. Mm-hmm. I mean, he kind of gets forced, and in the movie is Vince Vaughn, a young Vince Vaughn, who I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't die, which is really disappointing because I hate Vince Vaughn. And then also Jeff Goldblum's daughter's in it. Well, his character, Ian Malcolm's daughter, is in it.
Yeah.
And she's a gymnast and like does gymnast things in the movie. And there is a scene in the movie where their caravan, or the research caravan, is like at the edge of a cliff, and there's a cool scene where 2 T-Rexes
Yeah.
come. Oh, because they take the T-Rex baby to
Yeah.
study it because it was hurt. Mm-hmm. And the T-Rex baby is screaming for its mummy and daddy. So the 2 T-Rexes come and basically push the caravan off the cliff. And that shit is tense as hell, that scene. It's so good. I love that scene. And then you've got this other part of the story where this other group of people are kind of like what they do in the later movies, where they're taking some of the dinosaurs and taking them back to America. But then you got Pete Postlethwaite in this movie, and he plays a big game hunter, and he wants to kill the biggest game, which is of course the T-Rex.
Yeah.
So that's his thing. But Pete Postlethwaite, rest in peace, He was in Dragonheart. You'd know his face.
Yep.
You would. Kind of looks a bit like Lance Henriksen. Let me just see if I can get his face up. That guy there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's in this movie. And he's kind of... If you don't know who he is, search him up on IMDb and see what he looks like. He doesn't really look like a big game hunter. But... I don't
You
know.
don't take it seriously?
I like him.
Yeah.
From movies I've seen him in, he looked like he seemed like a really sweet guy. So for him to be kind of like the antagonist is kind of like, no, you could have cast someone better. I don't know. I just don't buy it.
Okay.
But then in the movie, they capture a T-Rex and they bring it back to America, and you've got the scene of the T-Rex just running rampant in the streets of wherever they're from in the States.
Yeah.
And that shit there is awesome. Like that, there's a scene where the kid is in bed and he wakes up his mummy and daddy and says, "There's a dinosaur out my window." I don't know why he sounds British, but he does. And then the mummy and daddy are like, "All right, let's put you back to bed." And then they see the T-Rex just staring at them.
Yeah.
And they start screaming. That shit is fucking awesome. I love it. It's great. Yeah, so this one is not very liked. There's like, I was reading reviews on IMDb, and some of them are pretty brutal. Like, there's a lot of 1 out of 10s at times.
I don't think it's deserving of a 1 out of 10.
Fuck no. I'll be honest, none of the movies in the franchise are a 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's very hard to get a 1 out of 10, much like a 10 out of 10. Mm-hmm. Some of them come close, I will say that, but no movie is a 1 out of 10. But the reason is apparently the story is predictable and poorly written, and a lot of people hate the gymnastics scene where the girl does gymnastics and kicks the raptor's ass, basically.
Yeah, I can't remember that at all.
Yeah. For me, this movie's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's
It's
not
still pretty high.
Yeah, because I have those... It's all nostalgia.
Yeah.
I have those memories of seeing it in the theater. I got the T-Rex toys, like, when I was young. This was, like... This hooked me into the franchise. Like, I love this movie. And then, of course, the PlayStation game, which I played so much. Like, if you... I went on YouTube, like, a few months ago now, and was watching, like, the opening video of the game. And holy shit, I felt like a kid again. It was so good. Oh, I'd love to play that. I wish they redid that game. It was so much fun. Like, you could play as a raptor, as a T-Rex, as a human. And, yeah, a lot of fun. So, few trivias about this movie here. Oh, sorry, what would you give it out of 10, if you can remember? You can't remember? You don't want to give it a score?
Yeah, I don't remember too much to give it a score.
Okay, all right. So, a few little trivia notes about The Lost World is at around 1 hour and 50 minutes, Japanese tourists running from the rampaging T-Rex in the San Diego scene. There we are, San Diego, that's where they are. And they're saying in Japanese, "I left Japan to get away from this." That is so good. Apparently, there is roughly 50% more dinosaur action in this movie than the original.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Apparently, I didn't notice. And as we spoke about the Tyrannosaurus roar in the first one, do you know what they did to make the baby T-Rex noise?
No.
The vocalizations for the juvenile Tyrannosaurus were of a baby camel crying for its mother.
A baby camel?
Yep. And now I have to search up baby camel crying. Let's see what it comes up with.
Okay, let's hear it.
Fucking cry already. This is taking too long. Oh. Holy shit, it is! Fuck, I can't fucking find it. It did... You heard like a kind of glimpse of it there. No, that's just a camel... That's just a camel baby. Anyway, Camels are strange creatures. Anyway, yeah, so that's interesting there. Let's go on to Jurassic Park 3. And this one. This one is interesting. So basically the story of this is a odd couple with a motive convinced Dr. Grant, we see Sam Neill again, to go to the island, a different island, but still kind of the same, for a holiday. But their unexpected landing startles the island's new inhabitants. Basically what happens is these couple, this mum and this dad, are missing their child who is parasailing near the islands. Because that's what you want to do. You want to fucking holiday near these islands. Anyway, they convince Dr. Grant to go to this island because of some other reason. When they get there, Sam Neill, aka Dr. Alan Grant, realizes that they're not there for the reasons he was told. They're actually there to help rescue their missing child. And, yeah, dinosaur action. This is directed by Joe Johnson, who also did Captain America, The First Avenger, and...
Indiana Jones.
Others. No, he was visual effects for Indiana Jones. He's done bits and pieces. Apparently he did something with Willow, but we're not going to go through that. So, let's go with you first. What do you remember about this?
I remember quite a lot of this movie. I quite enjoyed number 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, explain.
I don't know. I thought it was good fun in this movie. A good amount of dinosaurs and thrill. Yeah, I will say the mum, when they get to the island, annoys me with her screaming and everything. Like, you get to a place where there's dinosaurs and stuff, so you start screaming out for your son. No.
I mean, she's a mother looking for her lost child who has never really come encounter with dinosaurs. Once again, I can kind of buy it because, hey, people are stupid.
Yeah, but you see all the damage, and I think this happens after they find the parachute. I can't remember.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, as if you go running screaming.
Yeah.
I guess put in that situation, you might.
You probably, yeah, I don't know. People's reactions to things are different than what you'd think.
Yeah, I guess.
So.
Anyway, I enjoyed this one.
The mum is played by Tia Leone, who's hot. Leave her alone.
You think she's hot?
Yes. In a weird, kind of mousy looking way.
Okay.
But it's funny. She's the mum, and William H. Macy is the dad, who clearly has a lot of money because he's not nearly as attractive as the mum in this movie. And yes, then you got Dr. Sam Neill. Dr. Alan Grant, played by Sam Neill. So this one features a new dinosaur, and forever, I was so angry at this movie because they called it a Spinosaurus. And I was like, it's not a fucking Spinosaurus, it's a Baronox. And for the longest time, basically since yesterday, I always thought that they just named this dinosaur some stupid name because people couldn't pronounce Baronox. And I'm probably mispronouncing it as well. Turns out that this movie is correct, and this dinosaur is actually called a Spinosaurus, and a Baronox is its distant cousin.
Okay.
So I was wrong. So I'm sorry, Jurassic Park 3, for being mad at you. You are forgiven. This is, for me, the weakest out of the 3 so far.
Really?
Yeah.
I love it. When that dude steals the eggs and stuff.
Don't get me wrong, like, I like it. Yeah, it's a fun popcorn monster film. But, like, there's a scene where the raptor talks. And I know it's a dream sequence and all that stuff, but come on. A raptor talks.
You said it yourself. It's a dream sequence, so you can't take it seriously.
The raptor says, Alan. You know what? It would have been better. It would have been better if the raptor said, Alan Cha-Cha. That would have been great. But no, it doesn't. It just says, Alan.
I totally forgot about that part, to be honest.
So, it's funny. I didn't see this movie until like a year later after it came out. I don't know why. I don't know why I never went to the cinemas to see it. And I only saw it because one of my close friends at the time had a bootleg DVD of it, and I asked him if we could watch it, to which he groaned because he didn't like it.
Yeah.
But he put it on because he's a good friend. I enjoyed it. I did. I like it. It has some cool moments in it. It's got a pterodactyl scene, which is cool.
That scene is sick.
Yeah, it's
going
cool.
through the bird aviary part.
Yeah, it's good. But, like, compare it to, like, the scene with the velociraptors in the first one.
Yeah.
No. Compare it to the T-Rex running around San Diego. No. For me, anyway. That's for me. This, for me, is... I'm having trouble thinking about what happened in it. All I remember is the Spinosaurus. Like, clearly they decided, all right, T-Rex is getting old and stale now. We need a new dinosaur that's bigger. Let's go with a Spinosaurus. Which... I could never take it seriously.
Why?
I don't know, it just kind of looks dopey to me. Like, yes, it's got a longer snout, but the sail on its back was kind of dumb. I didn't like it. All I could imagine was fucking Sail Cat. Sail! So I just never took it seriously. and then it did, like, the worst sin of all. That dinosaur killed a T-Rex. So I was like, that motherfucker, I hate that Baronox, which I found out later is a Spinosaurus. But still, I always had a grudge with this dinosaur because it killed my favourite dinosaur. So, yeah.
Is that why you don't like the movie?
No, it's... I like it. Like, it's like an 8 out of 10 for me. I dig it. Like, it's nowhere near my least favourite of the series.
Yeah.
At all. But... so far, out of the 3 so far, it's my least favourite.
Okay.
So, like, what would you give it out of 10?
Probably a 8 or a 9.
Well, you got to make the decision.
Okay, I'll go probably 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're the same as me.
Yeah.
All right. So, Jeff Goldblum confirmed in an interview that he was not invited back to reprise his role as Dr. Ian Malcolm.
In that movie?
Yep.
Why?
I don't know.
Did you not do a good job in the second one?
I wouldn't have a clue. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Jeff Goldblum's a great actor. I think he's...
I love his acting in these movies because he's very laid back and kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's him in real life too, though.
It's good. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too, honey. Yeah, let's make out. Let's just jump onto the next one, because I can't really think of many things to say about Jurassic Park 3.
Yep. Okay. So
we jump on over to the next, I guess you can call it, trilogy of dinosaur movies, with the Jurassic World. We've left the park and now we're going to the world. So let's start with Jurassic World. So Jurassic World came out in, I think, 2015. Yes, it did. 2015. This one comes at a 6.9 out of 10. And the story in this one is a new theme park built on the original site of Jurassic Park creates a genetically modified hybrid dinosaur, the Indominus Rex, which escapes containment and goes on a killing spree.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Sold. Right there with that plot summary.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I want, and we'll get to that in a second. This one stars Chris Pratt as Owen Grady, Bryce Dallas Howard as... oh, what was her fucking name? Claire Deering.
Such a boy's name.
Bryce.
Like, the whole thing.
Bryce Dallas.
Howard.
Yeah, I know. Imagine having a daughter and be like, your name's Bryce.
Bryce Dallas.
And it also has, for a little bit, Judy Greer, which is really good that she's only in it for about 15 minutes. Because I can't stand her. And I'm really glad that she died in Halloween. This one is directed by Colin Trevorrow. And we'll talk more about him soon.
She didn't die.
In Halloween Kills. Yes, she did. Judy Greer dies in Halloween Kills. Do you not remember Halloween Kills?
Is that the newest one?
Yes.
When she's in hospital?
No.
The mum?
Okay, it's total spoilers for Halloween Kills right now, and I apologize to anyone listening. Halloween Kills, Judy Greer is the mum and daughter of Jamie Lee Curtis's character, right? And right at the end, when all the town are like, "Evil dies tonight," and they like
Oh, that's right. Yes.
give a good beating to Michael.
I remember.
They beat Michael off.
Yes,
They
in the window.
Yeah, they whack him off in the window
Yeah, I
to
remember.
the wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just take that whole part out. That's
No.
That's what I was trying to whisper.
Well, it's in there now.
Just take it all out.
No, you're making me do more work. So, okay. Jurassic World, we revisited these movies because I didn't really remember them. And I wanted to revisit these movies before going to see the new one. And these movies aren't really well received, these Jurassic World movies. But let me just say that
Well, this one I thought was pretty good.
I like this one.
Yeah, but it's got a decent score on IMDb.
Oh, yeah, but if you go in the actual, like, reviews and stuff, people are
1
like,
stars.
1 out of 10, not my dinosaur movie.
Ugh.
I'll admit, like, it's not entirely perfect. Like, it does have some cringeworthy scenes and pretty poor scenes in it. But it's a blast from start to finish. And what I like about this movie is that it happens at a park. Well, they call it a world, but it's not. It's the park.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing I like about this movie, is it's focused in a world. And we see much more of this park than we do in any other movies.
Yeah.
Is what I like. The pacing is fast moving. It's never boring, and it's always something happening. Let me just quickly enlighten the negatives. Some of the dialogue is cheesy, and some of the scenes also very cheesy in this movie. For example, like the pterodactyl scene where the pterodactyls escape and they're just attacking everyone, which is fucking amazing, that
Yeah.
scene. But then they start kissing in the middle of the scene. It's like, oh my fucking, fuck off. Get fucked.
He got a raging hard on because she saved him. He had
So-
to express his love.
Hundreds of people are being attacked by flying dinosaurs, and you think now's the best time to kiss.
Well, they don't know those randoms.
They're trying to save people, but quickly, let's make out quickly first. Like, fuck off,
Well,
alright?
it wasn't a full makeout. It was like a passionate peck.
It was not a peck. It was like, there was tongue
No,
involved.
there wasn't.
Yes, there was.
No, there wasn't.
Yes, there was.
Was not.
Anyway, I kind of ate this movie up. Like, it's just dumb fun. It's pure popcorn pure popcorn fun. This movie. Obviously, like the first two movies, or the first movie is like very straight down the road. Like, it's very realistic, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Where this one is just kind of ridiculous but fun. Like, a lot of shit happens in it where it's like, oh, it's kind of silly, but we'll let it slide.
What kind of silly parts?
Kissing while pterodactyls are attacking.
Is that the only part you got?
No, okay, like, like there's just the whole Indominus Rex thing is kind of dumb. Like, creating a new breed of dinosaur.
Yeah.
It's like, I can forgive it because it was the first one that did it.
I quite enjoyed that part.
I do too, but it's dumb. Can you admit it? It's kind of silly, but you're like, you're alright, movie.
I find it weird that they sliced a bit of this, bit of that, bit of that, bit of that
Yeah.
to make the dinosaur, but
Exactly.
I didn't find the whole thing silly since they, made dinosaurs again. Like,
It's dumb. Like, and there's a lot of plot holes in this movie. Like, it's a 14-year gap between the third and this one, and we never really give an update on how this world park came to be. Like, things like that. I kind of wish they more elaborated on their plans and why they decided to bring this park back and everything like that.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the fun scenes in this movie. As I said before, the pterodactyl scene. And then there's a scene where the pterodactyl is trying to take the baby dinosaur. And the baby dinosaur is like, ah, ah. It's funny. That shit's funny. And then the greatest scene in the movie, for me anyway, is when you had that British nanny lady who's following the kids around and the pterodactyls pick her up.
That's brutal.
And then
That
she
one.
gets attacked by the Mosasaurus, the big swimming one.
Yeah.
Which is another...
So unfortunate.
It's another reason I like this movie is that it introduced the Mosasaurus into this, which is one thing we've never gotten, is swimming dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And I like that they introduced this one because it's kind of like Jaws.
My God. I will leave you to do this show on your own.
The look on your face when I mentioned Jaws again was
You
priceless.
can probably hear my eyes rolling.
And then, yeah, the Indominus Rex as a whole, what do you think of the look of it?
I think it looks pretty creepy. I wouldn't want to fucking mess with it. Those spiky looking... I don't know what they are on its back. Like spiky spikes.
Yes, spiky spikes.
But they're like not hard spikes. They're like hair spikes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like
like
hair.
quills.
It's like, you know how the
Kinda.
Predator has dreadlocks?
Yeah.
This one has spiky hair.
I guess, yeah.
I'm sorry, I've been kind of rude here. I didn't really ask you your thoughts on this movie.
Oh, I enjoy this one. It's
You like it?
yeah, and it's got some eye candy in it too. Some Chris
Chris
Pratt.
Pratt is not good looking.
I find him pretty good looking.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I just don't see it. Like, I can admit when a dude's hot. Like, The Rock is hot. Mm-hmm. I can see how people think Johnny Depp is hot.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt, no.
Yeah, I like him.
I don't know. I kind of find him a little bit annoying and kind of want to punch him in the face type of thing.
Why?
I don't know. It's just something about his face.
Are you just jealous that he got to play with dinosaurs and you didn't?
Yeah, that's it. Because that's exactly what he did. It wasn't a dude in a green suit. It was just in a full dinosaurs. No, I'm just jealous that he got to make out with Bryce Dallas Howard. What? She's redhead and she's hot.
Yeah, she's quite pretty.
Let's discuss the end of this movie, because the end of this movie, we have the Indominus Rex basically being tag teamed by two other types of dinosaurs, and I'm not talking about like sexually. They the scene at the end, the T-Rex and the Velociraptor battling the Indominus Rex. They both team up and kill the Indominus Rex. Along with the Mosasaurus, which is great. I really like the ending of this movie, how all three dinosaurs had to take this thing down. That was cool. But the T-Rex and the Velociraptor look at each other and then walk away. And I wonder, is this the same T-Rex from the first movie? And if so, do you think he had a grudge with the raptors? I mean, maybe he was still tired from the battle with the Indominus Rex, but do you think that they were angry at each other?
Him and the Velociraptor?
Yeah.
No. I think they're kind of like, good job, buddy. We can go to sleep
Well, these
now.
these Velociraptors are new, because we do get that stupid scene of Chris Pratt training,
When they're babies.
being the dinosaur whisperer.
Yeah.
So they're different. Yeah, I just answered my own question.
Yeah.
But I wonder if this T-Rex is the one for the first movie. And if not, where'd that one go? Is he the one that got killed by the Spinosaurus?
I'm going to say yes.
Well, where's this? What happened to this? I can't remember what happened to the Spinosaurus.
It disappeared.
Did they kill it? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
If they didn't kill it, where the fuck is it?
It's hiding.
Like, that would have been cool if they brought that one back in the third one as like a tie-in. It's like, remember this guy? Huh? Wow, I'm going to have to go re-watch the end of Jurassic Park 3 now.
I can't.
I want to know.
I can't fully remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they just get on a plane and leave it there. I could be wrong, though. Maybe they do kill it. I don't know. I don't know.
I can't remember.
Anyway, Yeah, so Jurassic World from 2015.
What do you think of the motorbike scene when he's riding with the velociraptors?
See, that's one of the scenes where I'm like, it's dumb, but it's kind of fun.
I enjoy it.
It's dumb, though.
I love it.
It's dumb.
It's not dumb.
Can you...
Because he's finally out of their pen, their cage, and he's getting to do what he's, I'm guessing, dreamt about. Gets to ride along his fucking babies that he raised.
I get that. Okay, let's put it into realistic terms, right? Let's say if someone raised a pack of wolves from birth.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that happening?
Yeah.
You don't think the wolves would turn around and be like, aha, food.
No.
Alright, let's say a pack of lions.
Still, no.
I
Like,
don't
there's
buy
still
it.
that chance that they could, but you see so many videos of them remembering people and being so happy around them.
Alright, fine.
Yeah.
And I guess velociraptors are like the smartest creature out there besides us. It's still dumb.
I love him, Owen and Blue's connection in this movie.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
I love it.
Because
So good how they like look at each other and they just know. It's very cute.
I kind of wanted a heel turn this whole movie, though.
No.
Of Blue turning heel and be like, fuck you.
Well, she did for a second, but then she came to her senses and was like, oh, shit. You're my alpha, right?
Yeah.
You're my daddy.
That's gross, Jaleesa. She's a dinosaur. She's not even human. Anyway, so I give this movie an 8 out of 10. Mm-hmm. What do you give it?
I will give that one a 10.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't even give the first one a 10. You were
I changed to a 10.
No,
the first
you were
one.
there going as a 9 out of 9.5. So you give
I
this
changed
one
it to a 10.
So you give this one straight up a 10. You don't even think about it. So you're saying this one's better than the first one.
They're equally good.
Wow. Okay. All right. It's your opinion. You
I
think
actually
movie-
really enjoyed this one.
You think this
It's
movie?
got so much action and yeah, it's
You
good
think
fun.
that this movie is better than Jaws?
Yeah.
You can fuck right off. Wow. People listening right now are probably laughing so hard right now, going, "Wow, Tim's wife."
I love Jaws, alright. Jesus Christ, it's a great movie, but this one falls more in things that I enjoy.
Hey, can you please stop talking about Jaws? So, let's go to the next one, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And I let me just repeat, Fallen Kingdom. This one came out in 2018, and the story of this one is, when the island's dormant volcano begins roaring to life, Owen and Claire mount a campaign to rescue the remaining dinosaurs from this extinction-level event. This one comes at a 6.1 out of 10. It stars Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, and other people in the movie. It's directed by J.A. Bayona, and not directed by Kevin Trevorrow. J.A. Bayona, at one point, I thought he was a really good director. He directed The Orphanage,
Yeah.
like the Del Toro written Orphanage. He directed a movie called A Monster Calls. Both movies are fucking phenomenal. Really, really well done movies. Let me just check up what else he directed. He directed 2 episodes of Penny Dreadful, which I haven't seen. Everything else I'm not too sure. So we go from The Orphanage and A Monster Calls, which are both really good movies, to directing Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. This movie is a piece of shit. I really don't like this movie.
Why?
Okay, when I said the first one's dumb, this one's dumb. But dumb. Like, there are points in this movie. Okay, this is the movie where I said to you, I'm like, they just jumped the shark. Mm-hmm. Literally. And if you haven't seen this movie, or you don't remember it, then I'm going to spoil it. Mm-hmm. Let me just jump straight to it. They create a person the same way that they create dinosaurs. Mm-hmm. Fuck you. That's dumb.
Yeah.
They go full 2 on then. too full on then.
Well, they didn't really create the person. Wait.
No.
The mum.
No. Don't say it. We'll wait. We'll get
Okay.
to that in the next review.
Right.
Because that's when it's all revealed, and holy shit.
Okay, right. I get it.
So let's talk about the start of this movie, because the start is something somewhat decent. There's this whole petition about whether to leave these dinosaurs on this island with this active volcano,
Yeah.
or to save them.
And Dr. Malcolm comes back for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently when this movie was being made, the reports of him coming back, people were so excited, and then when they realised that he was in it for 15 minutes, they were not so happy. I like the start of this movie because it's very real. You have, what would you call them? Animal activists, people who are like, no, they're animals and they have rights and all that stuff. Then you got realistic people going, they're fucking dinosaurs. They were extinct for a reason.
Yeah.
Let them die. Otherwise, you're going to die. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Some people have too many feelings. Anyway, the whole start of this movie is really cool. They go to the island to rescue these dinosaurs. People turn heel on each other, which is a wrestling term for turning bad, if you don't know. And then we get that really, really heartfelt scene of a Brachiosaurus being left on the island alone.
That's so sad.
And you started crying.
I got teary.
Yeah, I saw you.
So sad. It cries out. I want to cry now.
Do you reckon it's there just doing its fucking Brachiosaurus noise, but do you reckon in its dinosaur voice it was there going, Mother? Sometimes you just gotta make yourself laugh.
Okay.
It's actually Danzig as a dinosaur. Tell your children not to hold mom. You're dumb. So that happens, and cool. I was on board. I'm like, all right, this is going places, and I loved how the Lost World brought the T-Rex to America. What's gonna happen when all dinosaurs come to America? Huh? We're gonna get something cool, right? No. We decide to sell dinosaurs on eBay.
Yeah. Well, not eBay.
I know, I'm just saying. Yeah, it oh my god.
Like, what was their plan? Sell them off for weapons, wasn't it?
Yeah, which we kind of start talking about in the first Jurassic World, which is something I wasn't into. And then this one, they just go full on with it. Like, the Russian dude's there, he's like, weapon military, of course. He's probably thinking about the Ukraine. What is happening right now? We can joke about it.
No.
It's not even a joke. He probably was thinking about that.
Okay.
And then you get kind of the same fucking song and dance. They created another dinosaur by splicing two things together. And this one's called the... Oh, fuck, what was it called? The black dinosaur.
The one with the orange eyes
Yeah, I don't know. It's a...
that attacks with laser pointers. Is that this one? Yeah.
I want frickin' raptors with frickin' lasers. It's like a raptor that,
It's a
that's
raptor
black.
cross. Raptor cross something. I can't remember what it was.
I don't know. It was like mixed with heaps of different things. Like wasn't it mixed with like a cheetah as well? I don't know. I can't remember. I zoned it out because it was fucking dumb. I cannot remember what it's called. Omniraptor or something. I cannot.
Omnisaurus?
I don't know.
Yeah, something.
Black Raptor. I don't feel comfortable calling it Black Raptor because reasons.
It's more like I think it was like a dark bluey colour, actually.
Wasn't it like a charcoal black? Grey?
I think it had like a bluey tinge.
It looked cool, I'll give it that. Like, its teeth were all fucked up. And, yeah.
The smart
But-
thing that played dead. Cheeky
Oh,
dinosaur.
go fuck yourself. The scene where it plays dead and it winks to the
smiles.
camera. Oh, fuck off. Really? That's it. Like, we've gone
It's like a puppy dog.
from the most well-written story with Jurassic Park the first to a dinosaur. Well, let's go back. A well-written script with the first Jurassic Park to then a velociraptor that speaks in the third to now a new dinosaur that winks at the camera basically and it's like, huh? Nudges you. I'm not really dead, but I'm just pretending. Fuck off. Get fucked. That shit's dumb. I remember watching this movie like I've only seen this movie twice, and this is the second time.
Yeah.
And I still have the same thoughts. I really think this movie's bad.
They tried. They tried hard.
Did they? I don't think they did.
I think they did.
I think that sometimes I wonder what goes through Hollywood people's heads. Like, why?
I don't know.
I think that they see the success of like Fast and the Furious and Marvel stuff. And they're like, let's do that, but with dinosaurs. And we'll get to the next one in a second. But
Yeah.
that's what I think that they're seeing. That's what I liked about like the first few movies is that they were their own thing. Now, like this one, it's starting to just become a fucking Marvel movie with dinosaurs or a Fast and the Furious movie with dinosaurs, and they're not creative at all.
Yeah.
And this one just has so many dumb fucking scenes in it. The plot holes through it are crazy. The writing is just horrible, and then you have fucking Blue as well. I don't know. This movie's just bad. Anything else you want to add on it?
No, not overly. I think we pretty much covered most of it.
Basically, I'll be real. Like, I kind of wiped this movie from my mind. We watched this like last week, and I'm struggling to think of scenes.
What do you think about when the little girl set them free at the end?
Stupid fucking girl. That was dumb.
I guess
And then her reason they should. What'd she say?
they're alive like me. Something like that. I'm the same or something.
Yeah, but now you just put so many people's lives at risk
Yeah.
just to save a few created things. That's dumb.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah. And this girl is the reason we got Dominion. So I blame her.
Dominion.
The new one's called Jurassic World Dominion.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. See, I didn't even know that.
Didn't you? We went to the cinema and saw it.
I didn't read the Dominion part.
Okay, all right. Well, let's finish up this whole Jurassic Park talk now, and jump into our Raw review where we talk about the newest Jurassic Park film. Before we do that, what would you give this movie out of 10?
Or probably a 6.
All right, I'm giving it a 4.
A 4.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like okay. The one thing I will say about this movie is that it's
Like some
It's
parts
still-
are strong. The effects and stuff are still pretty good.
yeah. I mean, they're all going to have good effects because it's a big, huge Hollywood budget movie. But I will say this one thing about the movie: the movie is never boring. Like, there's always something happening.
Yeah.
Like, it's always. Maybe I'll give it a 5.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 5 because at least you can watch it and laugh at it. Mm-hmm. There we go, a 5.
Okay.
So it's still not a good movie, and I don't see myself watching this anytime soon. I don't think I need to. Like,
I'd watch the Jurassic World again.
yeah, I'd watch that,
And like
but
the
like
first one and stuff.
not for a while.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna watch the first one before I watch any of them again. Mm-hmm. So, all right, well, let's take a quick break, and we'll be back. We're gonna be talking about Jurassic World Dominion after this.
You're listening to the Horror for Dummies podcast, the dumbest horror podcast out there. Become one of the elite by joining our Patreon page. Or dress like a superstar with the official Horror for Dummies shirts available at redbubble.com. Thanks for listening. Now it's time for our Raw review.
It's my life in the box in front of me. Taking talk in my arms is the soul of me. You walk by, ask to see me lay face down. Come and find the sword in your eye.
It's time we went raw. No, Jaleesa, I'm not talking about that raw. We can do that later. We are talking about Jurassic World Dominion, which just came out. It's new at the cinemas now. You can go and watch it right now if you like. Maybe wait till you hear our thoughts on the movie before you go and venture or pay to see this movie. So, Jurassic World Dominion, this has a 6.0 out of 10 on IMDb, and it stars Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Laura Dern, Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, and other people that we don't really need to mention. It's directed by Colin Trevorrow, who directed the first Jurassic World movie, and he's come back to do this movie. So, alright. Oh, sorry, the story of this one is. Let's talk about the story. Let's see what IMDb says about the story of this one. 4 years after the destruction of Isla Nublar, which is where Jurassic World took place, dinosaurs now live and hunt alongside humans all over the world. This fragile balance will reshape the future and determine once and for all whether human beings are to remain the apex predators on a planet they now share with history's most fearsome creatures in a new era. That is not what this fucking movie's about. Yeah, I mean, there's a little part of that's in this movie, but not really. So, okay, going into this, I was super excited to see this because this is the second Jurassic type movie that I've seen at cinemas. First one being The Lost World, now this one. I missed every other one, and I was determined to go see this at the cinemas because dinosaurs. And I wanted to see it on the big screen. I was really, really excited. And, what a fucking letdown. Joe, what were your thoughts going in?
Of course I had my high hopes because I enjoyed all the others, except the one before this was a bit, weird. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know what I was expecting.
So, before we talk about our thoughts, we're going to keep this spoiler free. And then we are going to do a spoiler-filled discussion because I need to get things off my chest. And this is why I love doing this podcast, because when a movie like this hits, I have a platform to bitch. And oh boy am I going to. Because this movie was a complete letdown. This movie is basically... this movie has done what The Mummy did for the Dark Universe. It's that bad.
Really?
It's
Is
really
it that bad in your eyes?
I really found little to like in this movie. I did not like this movie at all. But let's start with the whole story, okay? So if you guys really want to know what the story is about, the last film, as we said before, ends with dinosaurs being unleashed onto the world. Wow, what a cool premise to open up with. Like, what are the things that you could do for this movie? Like, there's so many possibilities. You could have pterodactyls attacking skydivers. You could have velociraptors go to the ghetto. You
Go
could
to
have-
the ghetto?
Just an example. Fucking gangs versus raptors. Something just fun. You could have T-Rex go to a festival and just unleash hell on hundreds of people. All these possibilities. Like, you could have, like, dinosaurs are now unleashed onto the world.
Yeah.
You could have a fucking clip show of dinosaurs being savage. But let's have a film about bugs causing crop shortages instead. That's what this movie's about. For a film that has been based about dinosaurs attacking people, for a film that's the definition of a popcorn film, I was so fucking bored with this movie. Holy shit, the first hour hardly has anything to do with dinosaurs. but more about the greed of people and other things that I did not give a fuck about. And I'll admit that, yes, the first movie doesn't have a dinosaur showing up until like the second half. But that movie is based around the creation of dinosaurs and the creation of the park, where it's interesting. This movie is not. I was fucking falling asleep in my chair for the first hour of this movie. I was bored shitless. Mm-hmm. What about you?
I wouldn't say I was bored, but yeah, I get your point. There was like next to no dinosaur action. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to be really spoilerific on this right now, but like, I can't really remember there being an attack scene on anyone. Like, I don't remember anyone being eaten. There's one scene that I do remember, but it's so quick you barely see it. I don't really remember anything else.
There's a couple, but you don't really see them.
Yeah. Like, okay, yes, in the first one, we see that guy in the toilet being eaten by the T-Rex. Mm-hmm. In the second one, we see people being eaten by the T-Rex. In the third, we see someone being eaten by a Spinosaurus. You get the gist. The fourth one, like Jurassic World, that girl gets taken by the Mosasaurus.
And the
last
Black Ops guy.
Yeah, and like all movies, you see at least one person being killed. I don't remember anyone dying in this movie.
I do.
That like is a focus.
Oh. Yeah.
They're all fucking like just extras.
Backgrounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got the legacy characters returning, like Dr. Alan Grant and Ian Malcolm and the girl. I don't remember her name.
Macy.
No, not Macy.
Oh, the doctor.
I can't remember. Ellie
something.
I don't know. So you had these characters return. Why? Like,
yeah,
I don't know if it was like, for me, they were kind of second fiddle.
They were, because you think they'd be brought in to do something with the dinosaurs.
Yep.
But
no. And quite honestly, I felt like Alan Grant was kind of used more as a joke in this than anything. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of sick of legacy characters returning, and this is why I applauded the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre so much, because yes, they had Sally Hardesty return, which is like, when that first happened, I was like, why? But they did something bold that no other fucking franchise does. They killed her off straight away, just to show that, hey, you know, not all legacy characters are invincible, you know?
Yeah.
They're still human and they still can be killed. I like that. A lot of people hated the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie for that reason. I like that they did that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Scream 5 did it too with a character. But bleh.
Bleh.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to find my thoughts without being spoiler filled on this. I just did not like this movie. I found it boring as shit.
It's like you've seen the same story, but just with a different species.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll get to that in spoiler talk. There is new dinosaurs in this movie, which is cool, but there is really no mention of them. Like, they're in it for a quick frame, and then it's like, boom, next scene. Like, let us sift and let us, like, see these dinosaurs properly before you fucking just jump onto the next scene. Like, in Jurassic World, like, we get introduced to the Mosasaurus, but then they talk about the Mosasaurus for a while. We get to see it for a bit before it comes into the epic finale.
Yeah.
In this movie, we meet dinosaurs for a quick second, and then boom, gone.
Yeah.
It's like...
And then if they pop up again, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And then there are dinosaurs, which I listened to Chris Jericho's podcast, where he had an actual paleontologist guy that worked on this film and gave, like, his actual scientific thoughts on dinosaurs and gave them ideas on new dinosaurs they can bring. So I know for a fact that a lot of these dinosaurs in this movie are real and did exist. But at the same time, when I'm watching this movie, I was like, come on, that's dumb. That's not real. Now knowing that they are real, it's like, all right, still, did you really make this?
Yeah.
Like, did you, when they were creating the dinosaurs, did you just go through an encyclopedia of every different dinosaur species and say, hey, we have to make every single one? And if so, where have they been?
I guess whatever bones they come across, isn't that how they make them? From the bones?
Yeah, well,
Fossils?
yeah, fossils and stuff like that. But, like, here's the thing about it. Like, there's plot holes in this movie. They say in this movie that dinosaurs have now taken over the entire planet. How? The dinosaurs were unleashed in somewhere in America. How did a dinosaur come to Australia? Did it just catch a plane?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking before. Yeah, I have no idea.
Like, you can argue the fact that maybe fucking poachers have taken them and travelled across the seas. Maybe that's the reason.
I think that they did mention that they were getting sold off and breeded and breeded, whatever.
Still, and they're like, there's like, we see all these dinosaurs that escape this room in the last movie. Mm-hmm. Then there's maybe 20, 30. Let's say, argument's sake, 50. And then, like, 4 years later, the world is just overrun with different species we never saw in the last movie, with multiple fucking packs, with all these different creatures. Like, what the... How fucking fast do these dinosaurs reproduce?
I know, right? And grow fully grown in 4 years.
Exactly. And then, like, I'll say this because it's in the trailer, but Blue has a baby. And I feel like there was a little part of me, I'm like, did you just do that to make your merch sales better? Like, is this kind of just like a Baby Yoda thing? Like, oh, look, there's a baby raptor. Go and buy the new Baby Raptor toy coming out exclusively to Kmart, you know? It kind of felt like that. Like, I won't get into it more, but...
Yeah, I get ya.
Yeah. My biggest gripe with the last movie, the clone girl, they elaborate on it in this movie, and I didn't think it could get worse. But, oh, no, they go for the jugular. They're like, if you thought the clone girl was a good storyline, wait till you see this movie. It's like, oh my god, wow, you didn't jump a shark, you jumped a whale shark in this one. I walked into this movie thinking, all right, it can't be as bad as Fallen Kingdom. Boy, was I wrong. This movie is a fucking dumpster fire on top of a dumpster fire. Let's talk about the good. You're right there, just knocking my microphone.
Sorry.
Let's talk about the good in this movie. The effects are cool.
Yeah.
But, like...
And seeing the new dinosaurs, that was cool.
Kind of.
But from the short times that you did see them.
What else good can you say about this movie?
I did enjoy the legacy people coming back.
Really?
I did enjoy seeing them again, yeah. To be honest, yeah. But I thought that they were going to be a lot more badass characters than what was portrayed in the movie.
Yeah?
Yeah. So that was a letdown. Yeah. Don't really have any more to say.
That's all I can really say about this movie is, like, the effects are good. For the first half of this movie, like, this movie runs for... What is the runtime of this movie?
I think it was like an hour and 50 minutes or something.
No, it has to be over 2 hours.
I think it was about 2.
2.5 hours. 2 hours, 26 minutes. So
Is
there
that
we
how
go.
long it went for?
Is that all?
Is that how long it went for?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So, for about an hour and a half, I was fucking bored. I was so bored. The first hour and a half of this movie. A full feature length part of this movie, I was bored shitless. There's nothing really happened. And then, like, the next hour, like, stuff happens, but I'm so, like, I'm in my head, just running around in my head going, what? What are they doing? That's dumb. That's stupid. That doesn't make sense. That's a plot hole. All these different things, man. I cannot think, besides the effects, of anything I liked about this movie. I I fucking hate this movie so much. I've never ever asked for my money back for a movie.
And you're thinking about it.
When we were in the car going home, I was like, I should have done that. I should have gone and asked for my money back. But then I thought, fucking poor cinemas, they're going through COVID and everything like that.
Yeah, but then it's also not their fault because they didn't make the movie.
Yeah, I know.
You'd just be a dick.
I know. I don't want to be just a dick, but I don't want these people to take my money for this piece of shit.
To put it towards the movie, I get it.
Exactly. And I've been told that this is like the last of this trilogy. Mm-hmm. And please, fucking God, be it so. If you're going to make another Jurassic movie, like, rebuild the park or something like that. Stop with this fucking dumb storylines and make it interesting again.
Yeah.
This movie was horrible, man. I hated every minute of it. It's a no for me.
Yeah.
Straight up, spoiler free, it's a 3.5 out of 10. And this is the lowest Jurassic Park movie in the franchise for me. Mm-hmm. What about you?
I'll probably go a 4.
A 4. Okay, so you're on par. No, you weren't. You were a 6. Sorry, my bad. My bad. All right. Well, let's. Why don't we? Before we jump into spoilers, let's rank the series from least favorite to favorite.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. Least favorite is this Jurassic World Dominion.
Yeah.
Coming in next is Fallen Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we've got Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah.
Then we've got Jurassic World. Then The Lost World, Jurassic Park. And then my favourite being the original.
Okay.
Simple. What about you?
Probably gonna go this one last. Or first, or whatever it is. The Kingdom one next. How you went.
Yep, Fallen Kingdom.
Then I'll go number 2.
Oh, okay.
Then number 3. Then Jurassic World. Then Jurassic Park.
Oh, I thought you were going to go the other way then. You got me scared. All right, that's fair. All right, so, yeah. I mean, be your own judge. Go and see this movie if you want to. If you're a Jurassic World or Jurassic Park in completist, go and see it. Don't take our word for it, but don't come crying back when you say, yeah, it was bad. Should have listened to those dummies.
Who knows? They might even love it.
If you did like it, can you tell me why?
Dinosaurs.
No, there's not. Oh, we'll get into it in spoilers. But, yeah, we're going to jump into spoilers now. So if you don't want to hear spoilers for this movie, we'll say goodbye. But if you want to continue, then keep listening and we'll be back with our spoilers on Jurassic World Dominion.
Spoiler alert, oh yeah, oh yeah. Spoiler alert, oh yeah. Spoiler alert, oh yeah, oh yeah. Spoiler alert, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Spoiler alert, yeah. Spoiler alert, yeah. Spoiler alert, yeah. Spoiler alert, yeah.
So this is pretty much a carbon copy of Fallen Kingdom. Like, there are so many parts of this movie where I'm like, that's exactly what happened in Fallen Kingdom.
Fallen Kingdom?
The previous one. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah, okay.
The one we just talked about.
Yep.
So both films open up with a Mosasaurus attacking people. Mm-hmm. Both films end with a big dinosaur threat that gets taken down by a T-Rex and another dinosaur. Mm-hmm. Both of them do.
That didn't happen in the Kingdom, though.
Well, okay.
That
Jurassic
happened
World.
in the Jurassic World,
Okay,
yes.
fine. I apologize. There was something else that happened in this movie that happened in the last movie, and I'm struggling to remember it. Quite frankly, I'm struggling to remember this movie.
Why? Because the thing that they did the same was the same sort of story where they made a species or whatever that they shouldn't have, and it got out of hand.
Yeah.
Same kind of storyline,
That's true.
sort of.
So in this one, there's just a dinosaur bigger than the T-Rex, which apparently is real. This dinosaur bigger is real.
Didn't look it though.
Yeah, but in real life they have found fossils of it. But once again, where did it come from?
Yeah, the Alligatosaurus.
It's gigantic. I don't know what it's called.
It was an Allosaurus or something like
No,
that.
Allosaurus is in it, but that gets taken down by the big one, which is called a Gigisaurus or something like that.
Gigi.
Yes. Newest.
Yeah, but that one. Are you talking about the one with the really long nails?
No, not that one. The big one. That's
Allosaurus.
Yeah. The
Allosaurus is what they called it in there.
No, the Allosaurus is in it. It's called a Gigantosaurus.
Gigantosaurus.
Yeah, something like that. They pronounce it's not Gigantosaurus. It's something else. They pronounce it differently.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Because they say there's an Allosaurus and it gets taken down by the Gigisaurus.
That happened in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry, it's alright. I'm forgetting parts of this movie too. I'm blocking it from my mind.
I just remember that other big one, which was the Allosaurus, like the Crocodilesaurus, that was fighting the T-Rex at the end, and then
That wasn't the Allosaurus.
the other fucking biggie bird.
No, that was the Gigisaurus.
Okay, that doesn't make
Allosaurus is smaller than the T-Rex. This movie, this Gigisaurus
But then
is
that
bigger.
doesn't make sense because it's the exact same dinosaur that was attacking them previously, where the Dr. Malcolm used the fire.
Yeah.
And then he says, "Don't move. That's the biggest carnivore." Blah blah blah. And he said Allosaurus.
No, it's the Gigisaurus, whatever you pronounce it.
He said in the movie Allosaurus.
Well, then they fucked up.
And then, because remember at the end, I was like the Alligatosaurus because it looked like a fucking alligator crossed dinosaur. Yeah. And then dinosaur didn't change, so I'm confused with where the name come from now.
I don't know.
That's why I'm.
They did say it in the movie a few times. Gigantosaurus or something like that.
No.
Anyway, how did we come to this point?
Talking about the biggest dinosaur threat at the end.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But let's talk about the clone. The clone girl.
The Macy.
So, this girl was actually we learned in the previous one, Fallen Kingdom, that she was a clone of
His so-called daughter.
Yes.
She died in a crash.
Yes, but then in this one we find out that his daughter impregnated herself and gave birth to herself. What?
Yep.
What? Are you fucking kidding me?
So, yeah.
Because they say
I think it wasn't herself per se because she's different.
yeah, I know,
but it
but that
looks like a spitting image from
Yeah.
that photo that she pulled out in the Kingdom one.
yeah. Did they?
But she changed the genes or something so she could live a full life compared to her.
But
Because she was made.
yeah,
His daughter originally, right? Or did he make her from the crash from the beginning?
no, I thought that they said in the last one that they made her after his daughter died.
They did.
They did, and now they're backtracking in this one, saying no, she actually was pregnant with you.
Yeah. But then how did his daughter do that then? If she was a normal person, that's a plot hole there, right there.
No, they gave you some sort of explanation, but I was in my mind. I was like too busy saying, "What the fuck? Are you seriously going with this right now?" I didn't pick up on it. So they gave you some form of explanation. I don't know whether it was good or bad, but yeah, they tried to at least. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just confusing now.
It
because
is.
Then the one in this new one, which was the one that gave birth to the clone girl from Kingdom,
Yeah.
I'm struggling to know now if she was actually a normal human or clearly she was made.
I don't know. It gets too fucking confusing that I just do not care at the end.
Because there's no way a normal person can make themselves pregnant to have a baby.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They gave some stupid reason as to how it happened, But yeah,
Yeah, that just doesn't make sense at
she
all now.
injected herself with fucking, I don't know, dinosaur cum or something. I don't fucking know. So that whole scene happened, and holy shit, like, I didn't think this movie could get dumber, but apparently you can. So yeah.
And Blue can do the same. She can reproduce on her own.
Yep. I mean, like, they go back to the original movie, like, with Dr. Ian Malcolm saying, life finds a way.
Yeah.
So apparently life does find a way.
That doctor said that he put a gene or some sort of thing in them.
That's right, from another animal that can impregnate itself, like another lizard.
Yeah, it was a lizard or a frog or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, that's fine with the animals, but not humans. Leave
Well, clearly
humans.
she was a clone then, so his daughter must have originally died in the crash. And made her again.
No, because she said she gave birth and then died in a crash. I don't know. This fucking thing this whole thing is stupid. It's fucking dumb. Yeah. The whole scene where Owen is riding his motorbike through some fucking Middle Eastern city. Mm-hmm. I said this to you before, but there was a book that came out called Dinotopia. Yes. And that's all that ran through my mind when that scene was happening. Let me just find that book for you. That's the book.
Yeah.
And
it looks similar, yeah.
Yeah, it's like they saw like those books and they're like, oh, let's put Jurassic World in this setting. And yeah, I don't know. I just wasn't a fan of the setting. Yeah, not that great. Let's get to the funniest part of this movie, where the plane scene.
Yeah.
Do you remember what part?
Yes, I remember.
Where the plane's going down, and they
have to eject Claire's seat.
Yep. And then Owen's there saying, Claire, you have to do this for our daughter, who's not really our daughter. She's a clone, but I don't really understand how. But anyway, we adopted her, and now she's our daughter. But you have to do it. You have to save her. You have to get ejected. And then she she makes this noise. That's the fucking, like, it's a close-up of her face and this noise. Play. Fucking Tim the Tool Man. I pissed myself in the seat when that happened. Like, she doesn't actually say it. She says what, but it came out like, what? Oh my god. It was dumb. And then the last scene at the end, you have the shoehorn kiss, which... Why? Dr. Alan Grant and Ellie kiss at the end. Mm-hmm. Why?
Because he's wanted her all along.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has.
He has not.
Yes, he has.
In the original movies, he does not give a fuck.
No.
Dr. Ian Malcolm is there flirting so much with her, and all Alan Grant cares about is the dinosaurs. He doesn't care. He's never cared. He's seen her as a business partner the whole movie. He's never once really cared about her in a romantic way. But in this movie, they have to shoehorn it in because you know what? It's a boy and a girl.
I always got that vibe that they had a thing for each other.
No, I never did. And that's what I liked about the relationship. It was a working relationship. Girls and guys can be friends without being attracted to each other. I have girls who are friends who I'm not attracted to.
So you didn't get that vibe when she first came to his site to get him back into the job? To do this job, and he's running around tidying up and pulled down a picture of them two and stuff?
In this movie, yes.
Yeah.
In the series, no. That's what I'm talking about. In this movie, they shoehorned it in. And to that point where I saw that, I'm like, oh no, they're really doing it. They're going to make them kiss at the end. It's going to be like this romantic thing. Fuck off. The rest of the series, they were a working relationship. Yeah. They were friends. Let them just be friends. Luffy brought this point to me like weeks ago that he hates when movies do this.
Yeah.
When couples just have to get together because it's a boy and a girl. And now I'm seeing it so much, and it's starting to annoy me too. I never saw it.
Because they always put them together.
Yeah. Like, there was no reason that these two had to kiss
Yeah.
in the end. I hated that part. Don't do it. Just don't. What else can we talk about this movie? Spoiler-rific details.
Yeah. Sorry.
Totally listening there, yeah.
So what else was she?
Let's talk about the new big feathered dinosaur with Edward Scissorhands.
Yes.
Freddy Krueger dinosaur.
The
Which...
don't know if it's blind or not.
Yeah, okay, so I was listening to that podcast where the real dinosaur man spoke about that one. That is, in fact, a real dinosaur. It was a herbivore, was never carnivore, and it used those claw finger things to climb... Sorry. To climb and hold onto trees. It never used it to...
kill the trees.
Yeah.
Climbing up. There's no way you could wrap it.
No, that's what it did, yeah.
How? They're too big to fucking just wrap. It's
I
have
don't
to
know.
break the nails.
I don't know. I'm not a dinosaur professor, but no. Apparently, it never used it to attack. That's what I'm being told from this dude here. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it seemed it was blind in the movie.
It definitely had blind eyes.
But then it could see perfectly fine at the last part.
Yeah, I know.
So
Because it couldn't see her crawling away, and then she went under the water, and it's like, where'd you go?
yeah. Okay, I'll go look over here now with my claws. It's probably just calling everyone a bitch because it looks like Freddy Krueger. Yeah, and then at the end you got Blue reuniting with the baby, and then at that point I was like, oh, I guess we're never gonna get Blue turning heel and attacking Owen, because how can you? Mm-hmm. I thought maybe going in at this point we'd have the Velociraptor go rogue or something.
She whipped him with her tail.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. That might be a sex move. Who knows?
There's another part I was going to bring up too. Yeah. Can't remember if we did or not. Yes. I just hate how they brought the legacy people back.
You just said that you liked it.
Yeah. Let me finish.
Okay.
But only to go after the locust sample.
Yeah.
There was nothing with the dinosaurs or inviting them to this island for their expertise, knowledge, or anything.
Yeah.
They just have to go get that big-ass locust sample to prove that this Gyodine, or whatever the fuck company name, made them.
Yeah. And that's basically what your story is. Your story's about this company stealing crops, basically.
Oh.
That was half the story.
Well, making their own crops and these things, I guess, eating everyone else's.
Yeah.
So I guess they buy their company's ones?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So they're stealing other people. They're basically stealing other people's crops.
Yeah.
Stealing, destroying, you know what I mean?
And then, but it's getting out of hand because, they're breeding and multiplying like crazy.
But then, what's the end goal?
Everyone dies because there's no food.
Yeah. Is the end goal, all these crops are gone? Are these locusts just going to die because they won't touch the other crops, or what? Yeah,
they just won't eat their Gyodine or whatever the fuck company.
So these locusts just die. That's their thought process.
I guess.
These locusts are just going to die once all the bad crops are taken care of.
Yeah.
Done. We make millions of dollars.
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
And then they have to try and live with them.
Have you seen a locust up front?
They're freaky ass.
Yeah. So a massive one like that,
you wouldn't want to step out of your house.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
so there's dinosaurs running rampant in this world, and then you got fucking, I don't know, baseball bat sized locusts.
Yeah.
Cool. Humanity's fucked.
And then I also didn't get where the Doctor Who, is that his name? Doctor
Wu.
Wu?
Oh yeah. He turned
going
face.
from a badass doctor, didn't give a fuck about anything in all the others, to this one being like a full defeated little schoolboy that's like finally realizes what he's done wrong and has remorse and regret.
Yep.
Total character change in that one.
He turned face, which for you non-wrestling fans out there means he turned into a good guy. Yep. It was just the whole movie was so poorly written, so badly written. There's plot holes through it. There is no one cohesive storyline. There's maybe three storylines at the same time going on.
Yeah, well, you've got I'll call them the legacy people again.
Yeah.
Going after the locusts.
Yep.
And shit. And then the parents, which is Owen and that, going after their daughter. So you got those two storylines.
Yep.
Going throughout the movie.
And then you got Blue being depressed.
Yeah, but
My baby gone.
You don't see her besides like the start
joking.
for a bit in the end.
Yeah. So that's basically a movie. A horrible, horrible movie.
But then the new bad guy in this one was very confusing. He was weird.
He was
very all over the shop. Didn't overly know the outcome of what to do when things went haywire.
Yeah.
I couldn't take him seriously as the big bad, corporate genius.
He definitely had serial killer vibes in it.
Yeah. He was just...
Yeah. And a lot of people are saying, "Oh, I don't know why people hated it so much. Like, what did you expect? It's a movie about dinosaurs." Did you not see the first one? Like, go back to the roots of the first one. Perfectly written. This one is just dumb. It's just got dumb written all over it. Not just that, like, yeah, okay, I don't need a perfection movie, but holy shit, give me something decent to work with. Give me a fun story. This movie was boring as fuck for the first hour and a half. There was nothing going on. All it was a bunch of characters talking about other people being greedy. There was no dinosaur action. As we said before, the only attack that I can remember is that random scooter dude who gets eaten by a T-Rex, which is the dumbest scene ever. Like, it looks like they're in Rome, and this dude's riding a scooter, and then, like, in between two T-Rexes, who... I don't know if if this dude's blind or he just didn't notice there's two massive T-Rexes right there, but he didn't seem to give a shit. Just drives right between them two and gets eaten. That's realistically the only kill I can remember. Can you?
Then the dude that stole the daughter. But you didn't see it on camera.
Oh, yeah, you didn't see it. Yeah.
I think that was the only two.
That's literally... There is no attack that you can see properly.
Not a badass one, anyway.
No, like, there's nothing in this movie. And, like, you can talk all you want. There's some cool scenes of this new evolved raptor. When I say evolved, feathered raptor, which is actually what they look like, apparently. How's this? Do you know that the scientists realized that velociraptors had feathers, like in 1996, which was 3 years after the first Jurassic Park? Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Now you do. So
Cool.
That's the reason why when people go back and watch Jurassic Park, they're like, well, why didn't the velociraptors have feathers? Because at that time, they didn't know that.
Yeah.
And
I think they look so much cooler how they are in that movie.
Yeah, and can you imagine like making Jurassic Park and people seeing dinosaurs on screen for the first time?
Big
and if they had
chickens.
feathers, yeah, they'd be laughed at. So yeah.
Yeah. And I just thought of something else. In the Kingdom one, the second Jurassic World one, you've got Dr. Malcolm, who's talking in the Assembly or Congress or whatever it is, saying that, no, these dinosaurs should be left there to die, otherwise it's going to be the end of all humanity, blah, 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 blah. But then in this one, he is on this apparently dinosaur sanctuary that they're all taking them to and doing whatever the hell he's doing there. I thought he was all against it.
He is. He does say a line where he says, I don't agree with this, but he says something along the lines of, I'm getting paid good money. So that I thought that too, but he does say that. He says, no, he says one line about, Someone says that they're trying to save dinosaurs, and he's like, "Well, I don't agree with that." So he does mention that, which is good.
Okay.
One line of dialogue goes a long way.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I did think of that same thought until he said that. So
Right.
good thinking, but yeah,
Thanks.
they covered it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm basically done with this movie. I can't really think of anything else. I'm sure we're skipping over parts, but quite frankly, I've kind of blocked this movie from my mind.
Oh, just the attitude with that Macy chick.
What Macy chick?
Macy's the little girl. That's her name.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, with her attitude towards them people that took her in who didn't have to.
But she's a teenager. Get used to it. It's going to happen to you soon.
Smack her upside the head.
Yeah. So Jurassic World Dominion, no go for us. Would you see it again at the cinemas?
No.
Yeah, neither.
It'll be a while before I see it again.
Yeah, I don't care.
I'd either go back to the first Jurassic Park or Jurassic World over any others.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. Maybe Lost World. All right, well, that wraps up this episode of Horror for Dummies. Thank you guys for joining us. It's been a lot of fun talking about dinosaurs. And if you want more stuff, we are on Patreon. We've got all this cool shit. We just unleashed the new Schwarzenegger for Dummies episode where we covered The Running Man. First time watching that movie, so check our thoughts over on there. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Letterboxd, all at Horror for Dummies. And next week we've got a little bit of a fun episode. Jaleesa's not going to be joining us, unfortunately. She's too busy with women things, work and stuff. So I've got a few guests coming on, so hopefully, if all goes to plan, we should have a fun episode next week, but stay tuned. So until then, Jaleesa, thank you so much for joining us. It's been great chatting with you.
You're welcome. Hope you've enjoyed listening. Why are you laughing?
Because you're cute.
Thanks.
All right. Until next time, we'll catch you. This is us signing out. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yep.
Boom, boom, acca like a boom, 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 acca like a boom, 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 acca like a boom.